All right, Anthony on Air podcast back in for another episode, and we're talking about Prince Andrew, who is now a person of interest according to a United States probe. Larry David and Alan Dershowitz get into a screaming match. Slight update on Afghanistan. OAN sued MSNBC. We have the results. They've grown a tiny human brain, and the tiny human brain grew something. The world's going to end soon. We'll update you on that. And plus, is Ric Flair a box rocker on the LIRR? All that and more on this episode.
Could we start with the brain thing? Because that sounds awesome. What?
Gotta wait till the end for that one. Let's start with Prince Andrew. All right, so this is not a huge thing, but I feel like it's, well, you guys tell me. You be the judge. Is it a big deal, or is it people just trying to make this all look good? But according to Reuters, a source familiar with the United States probe into this whole Epstein thing, they say that investigators are now interested in interviewing Andrew. U.S. prosecutors want to grill him about his friendship with Epstein. They view him as being a potential witness.
Yeah, why would that be making it look good? What do you mean?
Well, because it's like, I mean, they've tried this before. Like the New York prosecutors wanted it. These are federal prosecutors. So this is a little bit of a different thing. But I feel like obviously you'd want to talk to this guy, but also, he was accused and they want to talk to him as a witness, meaning whatever he saw, to put the blame on Ghislaine or Epstein or somebody else altogether. I don't know.
I mean,
well, we'll see.
He's got to be brought in as a person of interest. I mean, he's one of the main characters in this whole thing. I mean, that's all you hear about.
Yeah, like I don't think that they would want to bring him in as a witness, but bring him in as a
possible
suspect. Yeah.
I mean, how do you bring someone like that in as a witness? I mean, if you're one of the people named in the whole thing, that doesn't make much sense.
Obviously, anytime anything comes out, a whole bunch of people call, over there to get a quote from them, and they are not returning any of the quotes, which I do find interesting because the Mirror is reporting that there's a split in the family. I'll read you the quote here from them. The royal family also has serious and growing doubts about the way such serious allegations have been dealt with by Andrew and his legal team, who seem to be at complete odds with one another on how to respond.
Yeah.
So the family's pissed on how he's handling all this shit.
Well, what do they want him to do? I mean, either you stay silent, you make a statement, or you just full on go head first into this whole thing and say, I'm innocent, come at me.
They probably just want him to say he's innocent, right? I mean, that's what I guess.
I think they want him to be innocent.
Well, right, but obviously he's not.
I think that ship sailed.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that one, but how do they want him to handle it? If he's part of this whole thing, how would they handle it?
Well, he's handled it piss poor so far. Like, I don't know that woman. I never met that woman. And then the reporter was like, well, what about this picture right here of you and the woman? He's like, I don't remember. That was about the worst thing. One of the most insane TV moments I've ever seen.
Oops.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad gotcha moment.
Yeah. But at some point, I mean, again, like we talked about what the legalities here are and what the states can do. And, he could basically squirm out around all of this stuff. But again, I feel like if this continues to grow, if this is a story every single day, which it seems to be now ever since Jeffrey filed that lawsuit, hopefully that growing public pressure, because that's the only way they're going to get this guy is from public pressure. That's the only way.
It hasn't been doing much so far, though.
No, if not, he's just going to just be off in obscurity and you will never, ever hear from him again.
That's true. Yeah, no, the pressure's got to be kept up. But once all legal action comes through, then, push comes to shove. He's going to have to appear somewhere eventually.
Right.
We're 2 shows in a row now, I think. We're on a streak where we're talking about Larry David, which is very exciting.
Keep it up.
But this is crazy. He got into a shouting match with Alan Dershowitz. This is
amazing, by the way.
Alan Dershowitz, who defended Epstein, OJ, Trump, which is part of the problem with this. Yeah, that's where he ran into the issue with Larry David. By the way, he was also accused, which he vehemently denies. But according to page 6, the two of them got into a. Now, could you imagine these two sissies at a fucking general store in Martha's Vineyard, just screaming at each other?
I could picture Larry David screaming because that's
People
pretty much
like
what
things.
he does.
Wait, things white people say. Go ahead.
But he's a screamer. He's a yeller.
Supposedly they were friends, which is a little alarming to me. I wouldn't peg Larry David to be friends with Alan Dershowitz.
Me either.
Right?
That's a weird friendship.
A super weird, odd friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why this has come to a head now. I mean, if you read why they got into a shouting match, this has all been probably boiling up for a while.
So I guess Larry David saw Dershowitz with Pompeo or Trump or, somebody there. And they were walking, I guess, into the store, like this convenience store in Martha's Vineyard. And Larry walked away or tried to walk away. So Dershowitz shouts at Larry, "We can still talk, Larry." David turns around screaming, saying, No, we really can't. I saw you with your arm around Pompeo. It's disgusting. Dershowitz responded with, "He's my former student. I greet all of my former students that way. I can't greet my former students." David responds, "It's disgusting. Your whole enclave. It's disgusting. You're disgusting."
Ooh.
Nice. I gotta love Larry David. I'm sorry.
Wait,
that's fantastic.
Larry, so he storms off. Dershowitz, apparently, according to people that were there witnessing this, takes off his shirt. He takes off his T-shirt to reveal another T-shirt underneath that says "The Constitution's stupid." Oh no, I'm sorry. It's the Constitution, stupid. That's what it's. That's
Dershowitz took his shirt off?
Yeah.
It's the Constitution, stupid.
And then they said that he drove off in an old, dirty Volvo. That I could believe.
What the hell? The whole thing just unravels at the end.
White people.
Why did he take his shirt off? And what did that have to do with the Constitution?
By the way, there's a weird, Dershowitz is a multi-millionaire. I mean, multi-millionaire.
So is Larry David.
So is Larry David. There's a weird thing about, and it's been my experience in the Hamptons, that filthy rich people drive shitty old cars.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure. Like the amount of celebrities I've seen climb into a 26-year-old Mercedes, an old.
Yeah, you're
shitty,
why are you driving this?
What is that about?
Yeah. It's so weird. And all of them. And they have this obsession too with old trucks.
Was it John Voight's car?
I have to check the pencil markings.
If it was a LeBaron.
We'll have to check the teeth marks on the pencil. Yeah, so that's
a weird thing.
I mean, I'd like to be yelled at by Larry David. Why not?
That's a bucket list item. Everybody's got to be yelled at.
I know that's
by Larry
weird,
David.
but yes.
Yeah, and the girl too, who's Susie? I forget her real name.
Mm-hmm.
She's hysterical. I'd like to get screamed at by her.
Fuck you, Larry.
So, question: you like the older men? Is Larry David attractive?
No. Oh, you're talking to Janine? Sorry.
I wouldn't ask you the same question.
I wouldn't say he's attractive. Would I let him wine and dine me? Yes.
Because he's rich?
Oh, he'd let you let him feed you?
Yes.
Would you make out with him?
I mean,
question.
Sounds like you want to be friends with him. You'd want to hang out.
I want to be friends with him.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Maybe bang buddies,
Okay. See?
I don't think you would really sleep with Larry David.
Frank is basically asking me if I would do Larry
If he's
David.
No, I'm not. If he's your type.
Without.
Because you've mentioned, and this isn't out of nowhere, you happen to think older men are attractive. Yes. Is he in your
I've never heard her say that.
Anyway. You feel free not to answer.
I don't think he's I don't think he's attractive, but would I want it? Would I do it? Probably.
There you go.
For the story, on the podcast.
For the podcast. That's a t-shirt.
Well, it's a rough sell because Larry David looks like an old man.
Yeah, he does.
Like some of these other, like Cuomo, or some of the other people that Janine has lusted over, over the course of the show, they don't look like old men.
Yeah, he's got the white hair going and the bald.
He's bald.
Glasses.
He looks like Bernie. I mean, like it's just like
Bernie.
It's like
Well, they're related.
Right.
They are.
Is there?
Right.
He does. Is there an older woman that you would bang, Frank? Like an old woman?
I think
like Julia Roberts doesn't count. I'm talking like
Betty Davis,
Helen Mirren.
Betty Davis. Would you fuck Betty Davis?
I don't think she's alive anymore.
Wait, not what's his name? Not Betty Davis.
Betty White.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
no.
That's the equivalent. You.
I don't know if that's the equivalent.
That's the equivalent to Larry David.
20-something year difference there.
She's
like 99 and he's in his 70s.
Answer the question.
Would I bang Betty White? Probably. No, I wouldn't.
I think
Helen Mirren would be
out of respect for all the jokes, for all the laughs. If Betty White was like, get down,
you want to do her a favor?
Yeah, I would. I would do it. I would take one for that team. Yeah. Out of respect, I have respect for her.
That's true. You gotta pay tribute.
Yeah,
I get it.
Could you imagine having that story? Like, guess who gave Betty White an orgasm?
Like, guy.
Whoa! You patting yourself on the back there a little too quick, there, buddy. Okay.
What are you saying? I wouldn't make it happen? That's hurtful.
You don't know. That's hurtful, right?
Yeah. Would she be interested in you? Is the question. She could probably get anybody she wants.
Yeah, I don't think she would be interested in me, but I also just want to say this. Not only could I make Betty White have an orgasm, but I would give Betty Davis's corpse an orgasm too. That's how confident I am.
That's talent.
Yeah.
And
Helen Mirren is such a cheat. Like she's so hot. Like she defies age. That's cheating. I should have said, who would you bang?
Want from me?
Not Helen Mirren.
Right. Don't include her. Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of, because there's a huge gap where I can't think of any.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Between Helen Mirren and like, I don't know who else.
I feel like Helen Mirren and Susan Sarandon are like the go-to.
Sarandon's not bad. I'd take Helen Mirren over Susan Sarandon.
Would you?
Yeah.
I have to think about that.
Wow. Talking about which old lady you'd rather bang. Next.
Just saying.
All right, we'll move on. I'm just saying, Susan Sarandon, I feel, is a little bit more New Yorker-ish. And Helen Mirren's a little too British for me. I don't care for those
British.
Those people.
Hunt somewhere in the middle of the country. Then
messed up.
I like a New Yorker. I like unless Helen Mirren's from London, then I'll think about it. I like somebody who's got a little sandpaper on them, a little grit, she might punch me in the face if I do something.
Any woman is going to punch you in the face if you do something.
Oh, it's hopeful. If you pay enough, I've learned. Anyway, Afghanistan. So this struck me as really interesting. The general Mark Milley. I'll play this is like a 41 second clip here. Do you know how long it took the Taliban to take Afghanistan?
Oh, not very long at all. They basically walked right in as
4
everyone
days
else was leaving. Yeah,
Janine, you're pretty close.
4 or 5 days. I forgot what it was.
It was 11 days.
Okay.
This was Mark Milley from the press conference.
There are warnings of a rapid collapse. I have previously said from this podium and in sworn testimony before Congress that the intelligence clearly indicated multiple scenarios were possible. One of those was an outright Taliban takeover following a rapid collapse of the Afghan security forces and the government. Another was a civil war, and a third was a negotiated settlement. However, the time frame of a rapid collapse that was widely estimated and ranged from weeks to months and even years following our departure. There was nothing that I or anyone else saw that indicated a collapse of this army and this government in 11 days.
Yeah.
11 days.
Yeah, it's insane. We basically trained, I think it was 200,000 Afghan troops gave them all the equipment, and then we were out. We said, "Go ahead," and then in 11 days, they just like, "Fuck it."
That's
They just
crazy.
Gave up.
I mean, something is drastically wrong. I mean, that 11 days.
That's fast.
My honeymoon was longer. Seriously.
I mean, I wouldn't think an army could reach the entire country in 11 days.
They saw
I feel
an
like some people
opportunity.
were phoning it in, going like, "Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
we surrender," and they were like, "We're not even up to you yet. Like, just don't worry about it. Don't
we'll get
waste
to
your
you.
time. Yeah,
We'll
don't
get
waste your.
there.
Don't bother coming here. We already surrendered. It's fine."
I think once they get to the capital, and that's it. It's over. They didn't have to get to the whole country. They just forced all the leaders just left.
Mm.
The Afghan leaders just left. The troops said, "Nope, we're not defending it. We're not fighting this war." And then they just walked in, and that was it. They just gave up.
That's
Damn.
that's
Like
unbelievable.
How? Well,
We trained them for 20 years and gave them over $1 trillion.
And then what was the other thing that the woman from CNN was like? They're chanting "Death to America," but it's very friendly here. Did
yeah,
you see that?
exactly. I
didn't see that.
You didn't
Of
see that
course.
clip?
No.
I
They're
don't
very
know.
friendly. They're very friendly, but
Yeah.
they made me wear this thing on my head so they won't kill me either. You know, or just like
She's wearing the full. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
doing the full thing to not. That's interesting to me.
I wonder how are they even there? You know what I mean? Like
There is a certain amount of, I don't know how far it extends, but there is a certain amount of leeway that press have.
Yes.
Like it's an unwritten, understood thing that
even our like that doesn't make sense. Like
to
how
get
is
the
that
word
okay?
out, you can't be on this world stage without the press.
You can't take over a country and not have anybody know about it.
Right. So it's a weird press is off limits for the most part thing. It's weird. I know, but
It's weird.
It's like an unwritten thing.
There was always weird shit. Remember, like back in the day, they wouldn't shoot the drum. They had somebody there drumming as the British were marching across. You know,
God.
I'd be like, all right, I'll drum, but maybe throw a gun on my back too.
Right,
Please.
exactly.
yeah,
Give me some. Maybe make one of the drumsticks a fucking gun or a knife.
yeah,
Or something.
because those
Maybe
people got
something.
accidentally blown up on occasion. You know, there wasn't no guarantee.
Yeah, if I'm marching toward an army with guns, you better give me something better than a drum.
But I feel like they were like nobody shoots the drummer, and then somebody was like, all right, I'll be the drummer. Like I'll
Yeah, right.
I'll do that.
I'll do the drumming.
What if we're all drummers? They can't shoot any of us then.
That's
How
true.
many of our people are still there right now?
I think they deployed more. It's like something around 7,000 or 10,000 that they sent. We sent more today or yesterday to help evacuate whoever's left of the Afghans and the Americans.
They'll be okay with that? Like that's the thing. Like, won't they be fighting us to not take those people?
No, I think we still have the airport. I think that's basically what it is. And they've set up a thing to let people in where they're screening people to get them in, to get them on a plane, to get them out of there.
Yeah, I think I'm not 100% sure, but I
The
think
Taliban I'm sorry to interrupt you, Frank. The
Go ahead.
Taliban rolled over the Afghan army. They're not prepared. They don't want to fight the U.S. army. That's not.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't
and
think
it's
they
their
wanna be part of
it's the Afghan war, and we were there to help. And they said, screw it. Afghans gave up, it seems. And we were like, well, you're giving up. So what are we doing here?
I will find. I know there's intimidation, and I know it's tough, but I feel like history shows if people want to be free, they will fight to the death to be free, and they will do it. So I'm curious to see if that mentality is in this country. I just don't know if it is. Forget
It's not as easy as that, though.
Forget the government and forget the army. I could see those people being like, what am I going to lose my life for? They're going to take over anyway, and them leaving. I get that. But now that that's done and they're going to go back under this Taliban regime, is there not a group of people that are going to rise up and fight this? Because I would find that hard to believe, especially if they're oppressing women and treating children shitty. I mean,
well, we've cut I think we've cut the country off completely. America, we're not giving any kind of recognition to them.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many other countries are going to as well. And once they start stepping outside of their borders, then probably they're going to get into some fights, I think. I mean,
well, and that's the other thing too. Who's going to trade with them? Who's going
Right.
to send them the things that they need?
exactly. I mean, they've been around since '94, so they've been surviving, I guess. I don't know how, or
Yeah.
and with what, you know.
I don't know.
With
I
what,
tell you that I
so-
hated our response. I hate how people are treating it. Like Mike Pence penned a thing the other day that he was basically blaming the Biden administration for the blunder. And I read the whole, and I don't want to get into defending the Biden administration because again, I feel like we don't really know everything just yet.
Yeah.
Like it's all got to come out. But his stance was basically because they were supposed to be out in May, and then he was leaving, I guess, now? August. So they stayed a couple extra months.
Right.
And he was saying that voided the deal that the Trump administration made with the Taliban. Because the deal was, you guys don't take over and we'll leave by May. And the fact that we stayed past May gave the Taliban what they needed to do to take over the country. I feel like that's bull. Like these people were coming back.
Yeah. No matter what. No
they
matter
were
what.
If we left,
Yeah.
if we left in May, it'd be the same situation.
It would be the same situation. I agree. I think so too. I think this thing was fucked from
No matter when we left, I feel like it's
from the get. Yeah. Speaking of stupid news outlets, OAN sued Rachel Maddow. I think because she said, I forget what she said about them. She said something like they're Russian propaganda, or she was shitting on OAN. So OAN sued. The OAN is the worst Newsmax.
right.
So OAN sued Rachel Maddow for $10 million. Not only did they lose, but they ended up having to cover MSNBC's legal fees.
Oh God.
And had to pay $250,000.
Oh God, embarrassing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Isn't that funny?
Idiots.
Not
It's
surprising.
an opinion show. When you have an opinion show, you voice your opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's probably how they ruled. Can't
It's
get around that.
they're all such a joke at this point, and this is just like a little cherry on
Exactly.
top of the old Sunday here.
There's so much wrong with I mean, it's hard to get around and fix it because, like, if you had, let's say, 10 news networks, they shouldn't be tied to the rating system. They shouldn't be fighting for ratings. They should just be 10 news program channels.
Mm.
You know, you have commercials, fine, whatever, but they shouldn't be held to a ratings system. You just have 10 of them, and you're not fighting for whatever stories you put out. Those are the stories that you put out.
You know, I
But
forget
again,
what channel he's on. Maybe it was CNBC, but Shep Stewart, he was good.
He was on Fox, and then he left and went to. I think
he's
it was
on
MS. It may have been MS.
Not MSNBC. I think he's on CNBC.
Yeah, all right.
But he's trying. Shep Smith. He's one of those guys. He's trying to do straightforward news. I think that's why he
the way it
left
should be.
Fox, because it was like, well, I think he left somebody else first. I think he might have been on CNN or one of the other ones.
Possibly, yeah.
And he left them for their bullshit. And then he went to Fox, and then Fox, because everybody lost their mind, Fox got crazy, and it was only so one-sided. And he's like, I just want to tell people what's happening. And they were like, yeah, that doesn't work for us. So he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm leaving you guys. And I think CNBC, which is not really, CNBC is, I thought more
They
of
don't
like
really get swept up in the.
no, but I thought
the
they were like
battles.
business. I think that, aren't they the business arm?
More
of-
business than
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
But
NBC.
I think because you know what, I watched The Prophet. I like that show, The Prophet. So I was watching that, and Shepard Smith, there was a rerun of his newscast came on. I was pretty impressed with him. So if anybody's looking for a little diamond in the rough of horseshit that is cable news, Shep Smith might be an option for you.
Here we go.
This story It's got a visual to it too.
Oh, good.
God.
If you guys are watching on YouTube or Facebook, they grew a tiny human brain. They made a tiny human brain. They made it, not a man and a woman. It was made, and they made a brain in the lab. And then
Come again?
the brain grew eyes.
Oh man, that is some messed up sci-fi stuff.
So those two black things that you see on the screen there, if you're watching, those are eyes. I wouldn't know how to describe this. It's like looks like a little yellow golf ball.
It looks like a dab of a little bit of melted vanilla ice cream with 2 blueberries in it.
Oh.
Great, now I'm hungry for ice cream. Way to go,
Do you see it,
Right.
Janine?
Yes, it's I don't even know.
It grew its own eyes. It just grew eyes. Oh.
No, I don't think it grew eyes.
Well, they gave it eyes?
Yes. Yeah. Small blobs of human brain grown in a dish have been coaxed into forming rudimentary eyes, which responded to light by sending signals to the rest of the brain tissue.
Oh, man.
Oh God.
So what's going on? Is this thing alive? Does it have thoughts? What is it doing?
This thing is going to be our new leader, Frank.
Hey, step up.
Forget all that shit I just said about the Taliban, because we're going to be running from an army of these fucking things
Oh,
in a
God.
couple of weeks.
This is very odd. Okay.
Oh, that's just, and it's like moving and its eyes. Oh, I mean, you got to think it's a brain that can sort of see light. Is it thinking?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
I mean, it probably doesn't know. It wouldn't be thinking like us. It would probably be thinking like a small creature, like like an animal or a small baby or something.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be thinking in English or anything, but it has to have some kind of thought.
Oh,
Did
God.
you
Brain.
Did you know that scientists have also developed tiny beating hearts and tear ducts that could cry like humans do in similar experiments?
Nope. Bye. I'm leaving. I'm leaving now.
So what's the goal here? I mean, I guess to
I've
create
definitely
something...
seen this. Yeah. Well, there's a goal, but I mean,
like
I
the
won't
goal.
say it because I'll scare you.
No. I like if they could grow a heart. Someone needs a new heart. That's a great goal. You grow one for, and here you go. You just, instead of waiting for a heart transplant, you just start growing them.
Yeah, but there's a lot
that's
of
fine.
problems that come with that too.
Yeah, like growing human beings and feeding us to
That's-
robots.
No,
Right.
that's different. But if you're growing
I've seen this,
parts, if you've got some parts for people, I need a lung transplant and they can just grow one for me.
No,
Great.
I've seen this on sci-fi. No.
Yeah, phi. You take the phi out and you got the psi,
Right.
and we're good. I think that's. I mean, the brain thing is a little weird because it's a brain. Like, how is it alive? Because there's no heart pumping blood to it. There's no oxygen. I don't know how the hell.
That isn't that weird? There's no oxygen. There's no it's so strange.
How is it? I mean, it's
No
it's-
thanks.
By the way, okay, do you want to take a stab at how many of these things that they created
Oh no!
for this purpose?
They got a bunch of them, huh?
Not of all time, but right now.
So they have a bunch of things that look like this,
Uh-huh.
and let's see how many. I'll say 1,500.
I was gonna say 50,000.
Wow, that's a lot. 314.
Okay,
304,
well,
that's
I
too
was
many.
way off too.
They made 314. 72% of them grew eyes. Yeah. They're calling them optic cups.
Okay, bye.
Oh, Frank, your mic's going there, big man.
All right, let me replace it.
72% of the 314 brains formed optic cups.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work out with me. Nope.
All right, the hoity-toity scientist. Let me see if Frank is back here. He's like a pit crew, NASCAR, changing out his equipment.
I'm a hoity-toity scientist.
No, you're not. There you go. The guy whose name is Gopalakrishnan, he said, our work highlights the remarkable ability of brain organoids to generate primitive sensory structures that are light sensitive and harbor cell types similar to those found in the body.
What do you start with? You know, I'd like to know what they have a petri dish, and what do you put in there to grow a brain? Do you have to get other brain tissue,
I'm
like a
pretty
seed?
sure flour. Everything
Flour,
has flour
right?
in it.
Eggs,
Yeah.
No.
No, not eggs.
little salt and pepper.
Don't be a jerk. We're trying
All
to
right,
be
I'm
serious
sorry.
here.
You're
But
right.
flour
You're
and
right.
some stem cells, I think, would be the.
Just stir until eyes.
Yeah. So why are they doing this? The organoids can be useful for studying human brain development and related diseases. Scientists could use the new organoids with their optic cups to study brain-eye interactions during embryo development. What's more, they can be used to study retinal disorders and maybe even be used to create personalized retina cell types for therapies.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it can't be a lot. I don't think it's a living thing. I think it's just a nerve. You know, like when someone if you see on TV like a dead person, like as a twitch or something. I think it's just a nerve thing that I don't think it's alive. It's not breathing. There's no heart. There's no blood. There's no oxygen. It's just a tissue.
I don't know.
So I don't think it's.
Here's the weird thing about this. What do they call that? Pandora's box. This is Pandora's box.
Yeah,
to me.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
This is too much.
I feel like we opened that box a long time ago.
That's
Because
what
you
said.
go from like, hey, let's fix the. Speaking of, we got a Ric Flair box rocker story coming up. No, but you go from like, hey, let's see if we could fix people's eyes to, I think we could save people. Like, I think this would, stop cancer. We could take out all the cancer cells and put all these in. It would be good. And who's not going to be for that? And then it's going to be like, maybe we could save grandma and she doesn't have to die ever. And
Right.
then it's going to be like, well, let's just grow humans. It's easier that way.
Right.
Let's just make
Well, we
humans.
do grow humans. We just do it the traditional way.
Right.
But I could see this being useful. Like, let's say someone is blind. They remove their eyes. They put one of these things in, and it grows new eyes for them. Is that a possibility?
It would be fucking cool as hell. But I'm just saying.
I feel like we're a couple of years from that.
We'll
looking
be
at
a
this
couple
thing.
more years from. Let's just grow. Forget Bob. Be like, remember Bob? He was so. Forget him. We're gonna grow a new Bob. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bob is a dick anyway.
We don't need it. We don't need Bob anymore.
This is Pet Cemetery all over again.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then it's gonna be like, oh, you know who's a problem? Anybody who's not blonde haired and blue eyed. It's gonna
All
be
right,
fucking
that's-
that whole thing again.
That's a leap.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's a giant. It's a giant leap there. But yeah,
Maybe.
this is weird. We're not. This isn't a person. We're not grow. This is a body part.
Well,
It's
wake
like
up,
if-
Frank. Do your
Remember when
research.
they grew an ear that you could actually transplant an ear onto someone and it grows and then they could
Yeah.
get it back. This is what this is. This is just tissue. This isn't a person in a petri dish. This is
Feels like a
just
person.
brain tissue that grew eyes.
Oh God.
Oh man, it's creepy looking though.
It is. All right. So here's this other story here. Ric Flair. He was, well, this isn't him. People thought this was Ric Flair.
Woo!
Yeah.
That guy.
And there was a picture of a guy on the LIRR.
Wait, is this the one that I just saw yesterday?
Did you see this?
Let me see if this is the picture.
All right. Let me bring up the picture because the thing just blew out on me. Hold on.
That's what she said.
Thank you. I think this is on the I'm pretty. Yeah. Okay. Here, let me open this up.
If it's what I saw yesterday,
Ric Flair on the Long Island Railroad?
it's
I don't know. Right off the bat, that doesn't add up.
It's a
I don't know
guy.
I don't know what box rocker means, but I have to see the
About
picture.
to find out.
Well, I'll talk to your husband. Don't worry, Janine. I got your back.
Yeah, that sounds like a crude term, Anthony. I'm a little offended.
Well, that's not surprising.
No, all right.
I don't know why this isn't. All right, I think I got to go here. Okay. I'm sorry, people. Bear with me. Having a hell of a day, technically glitchy wise. If people can't tell, we're on a new fucking thing. We're like a
we don't know
backup
what's
system.
what here. This is freaking us all out.
Manny
Did you hold
gets
something up?
No, it's a tweet. Manny Gets Juicy is the guy who put it out on Twitter.
Oh no, I
That's
saw it. I saw it on a different thing on Instagram. But let's see if this is what I think that I saw. Oh,
Should we talk amongst ourselves?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
here
give
we
you a topic. Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island. Discuss.
go. All right. Let's see.
Saturday
here.
Night Live.
There we go.
throwback.
yes,
Hello.
this is it. This is what I saw. This is
Yeah.
what I
Good
saw.
Lord.
Oh my god, I was gonna send you this too. That's really funny. Now-
Holy.
That
He's
is-
obviously. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
That is unmistakably the LIRR, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
That's
And
Sat
he's-
in that seat.
This grandpa
Oh my
looks like
God.
he's. I
Maybe
don't-
he's a
I don't
doctor
know.
and he's checking her for. You know,
looks
what
like
does this
he's-
look like to you?
doing
Yeah, maybe he
something
lost
to a
his
woman.
contacts, Frank.
This is insane.
Actually,
I don't think he's wearing a mask either. Oh my God. Well, we could probably identify the woman from. There's a tattoo on her leg and
Yeah.
some kind of.
do you
bracelet or
think? Do
something.
you think that? Like, first of all, do you think that people would actually do this on the railroad? Second of all, do you think that
Apparently.
this old ass man would do this on the railroad? And third, what's his number?
Well, I don't know why people think this is Ric Flair, other than blonde hair. Or,
I didn't realize that people thought it was Ric Flair, but I did
yeah,
see
why
it.
would they?
Yeah,
from
well, that's
this
Rick.
guy.
That's Ric Flair hair. I mean,
Yeah, a lot of people have that hair though. That's
look at his hair. Could you see that? It's the same hair.
it's blonde, long hair. That's all it is. Doesn't
Anthony,
mean it's Ric
how did you
Flair.
find this?
How did I find this? I don't know. It was on Twitter.
Okay, because I saw it on Instagram. Someone sent it to the certain person who does memes across where we live, and he posted it. He actually posted it on his backup account, and it got deleted. So he had it in his stories, which you can't, doesn't get flagged for some reason as easily.
Mm-hmm.
I saved this picture because,
It's your wallpaper on your phone.
and
This
I was going to
is-
send it to you, but then I forgot.
This is messed up, man. I hope they sanitize that freaking train. And
Here's
hose
the-
it down.
Is he actually doing this?
I think he's definitely doing it. But I mean, there's easier ways to do. Like, I can't imagine what her neck is going through right now. She looks.
That's not a. I mean,
You know when you crush a beer can, like that's what it looked like. She looks like she's just all like,
she is scrunched into that seat.
yeah.
Hey, you're gonna do that. You're gonna have to be flexible. If you're on the train,
Look
you know,
at this.
this isn't the comfort of your bed.
They got their fucking bags on the chair next to them.
Maybe-
Yeah. Don't worry, no one's taking those seats.
Exactly. And no,
You
or
don't have
maybe
to
he,
save the seat.
maybe they did it because they didn't think people could see from the side.
I hope they didn't think people could see.
I mean, what else would that old man be on his knees? I mean, hello.
Obviously, someone saw. This is a picture. The picture's taken through the train car door. It looks like so.
Right. So they could be by themselves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. For people who don't know, they could be like one train into the other. You could see the little reflection of the glass in there.
Yeah, it looks like this person taking the picture is outside the train,
Yeah.
in front of this car, in between the two cars.
Still, you've got to be pretty fucking hammered to do this.
Hammered or super
And
confident.
it looks like during the day too.
This is definitely during the day.
It
You
is
can see the
definitely
light coming
during
in.
the day.
That's how you wrap up work.
It is like yesterday.
But it's weird because it posted it at 10:09, so he was hanging on to this picture,
Yeah.
until for a couple hours until he posted this.
Well, who knows if I got ripped down? I don't even know. Well, no, probably not on Twitter. Well, maybe it got taken down from Instagram and then they put it on Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
that's what
can't
happened.
even- I
You can't
can't-
keep something like this down. This is just.
No, you can't. I mean, this is a national treasure right here.
This is something.
This should be put on our currency, I feel.
Do we know what what line this was on the LIRR?
I don't know.
Because I hope it's not mine.
I'm definitely going to send it in our group chat, but I'm just thinking of a good headline before we send it.
By the way, for people who don't know, this is long. Like if you think, oh, like the Hamptons or the Statue of Liberty. Like, nope, this is it. This is New York. This is Long Island.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
something
it
like
is right
this.
there.
For some reason, like, obviously, this is, to me, it's more acceptable on the subway, not on the railroad. I don't know why. For some reason,
Because it's
just,
underground.
I don't know.
Subway's underground where all the mischievous behavior happens.
You
This
have
is
a
above
bizarre
ground.
set of standards. I'll tell you
I
that.
really do. Like, if this was the A train, okay. Like, obviously, like, yeah, I've seen things similar, but like for the railroad and for an old ass man.
Well, all right. So for people who don't know, the Long Island Railroad, obviously, it's the train that goes from the island into the city, and it goes through Brooklyn and Queens. But it also is, because I don't think you can on the subway. They allow drinking on the Long Island Railroad.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You
Don't
can't
they
on the subway.
Don't they sell beer on the railroad, or do you have to get it somewhere else?
No, they sell it on the platform in some places.
Yeah. So what happens is you got a bunch of crazy drunk assholes, or even sober assholes, they'll just hop on a train and they'll just pound like 4 beers on the way home, from work, and get all kind of, liquored up. And you got an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half to kill for some of these people.
Yeah, but come on, man.
That's one way to kill it.
People got to sit on this train.
They got to sit on this train. Well, I mean, look, to be fair, all of her holes are not touching a chair. They are very much
true.
up in the air.
And you don't know if he laid something down underneath.
Yeah, but I don't know what kind of shifting she had to do.
He looks like a gentleman, so he probably did.
And something tells, you can't tell where the underwear is in this situation.
That's
if
true.
It's completely off, or it's to the side, or it's somewhere. I don't know.
Well, Frank,
there's a more discreet way to do this. They're not taking it. That's what I thought.
No, definitely not.
This is the bold approach. Because not for nothing, but the Long Island Railroad, they are next to a window. On his left is the window.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what you could see the light coming in.
Yes. 100%.
That's the only thing coming in.
Hi-oh.
And this is that weird spot because you can see the train ends a row later. That's the wall of the train. It's like one of those weird spots.
It doesn't end. That if this is the front of the car, because you're in the doorway here, then there's a small space with these seats. Then there's the door, like there's a partition where people come in and out of the train on the other side of that glass behind those seats.
Right.
And then there's a row of like 30 seats behind that.
Oh, see, I thought it was the other way. I thought
there might be it might be a different car. We don't know exact. I want to see the whole car.
I've never seen a different car than this or the double deckers. All I've seen on the Long Island Railroad.
Because I thought like that. There's the guy taking the picture is standing where you walk in, and this is just a couple of seats after.
The guy taking the picture is standing. What looks to me like he's standing in between the cars, like. He's standing in front of this car and behind the next car, like where you would walk through. If you look down, you see the tracks.
Yeah.
Behind that window in the background is a door where passengers come on and off the train. But where this guy's standing, where he's taking the picture, is where like the conductor and the ticket takers walk through the train from front to back.
Could you imagine being Ric Flair on a random Tuesday getting a flood of phone calls from TMZ?
Honestly.
And the National Enquirer, and having to deny that you were eating out some chick.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I get it. He has blonde hair and he looks like an older guy, but to jump to it's Ric Flair. I mean, a lot of people look like this.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know, but you know what? I aspire to be them in my 70s or whatever, how old they are. I mean, really.
They're living life.
To be fair, from that car, you could hear woo, like you could hear, so,
That could be the brakes of the train, or that could be Ric Flair.
Let's see.
You don't know.
I would just like to be on that phone call. Hey, Rick, this is John over at TMZ. Yeah, I'm sorry to bother you, man. Were you eating out a girl on the LIRR this afternoon? I know that's a weird question to ask, but
yeah, who's this?
I gotta ask.
Good.
Oh my!
He probably
God.
said yes just to be relevant.
No, he said no. He denies it.
Well, because
really?
He's denying it. Well, but you know how these people are, because I'm sure they were like, well, can you prove where you were? Because if you weren't, we got to kind of run with
And
this.
you were on the train doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is That is crazy.
That's something else.
Unbelievable. So
Yeah.
cool.
Good for them, though.
To be fair, though, you would think in our, male-dominated world, this would be the other way around. So kudos to this young lady.
That's right.
Who
Who run the
groove on.
world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls.
So kudos
Who
to
run
her.
this railroad?
And her, not for nothing, disgusting. That foot is disgusting. That is a disgusting foot right there.
I can't
That
really
is
see it.
looks like the bottom's a little dirty. Bottom
Yeah,
of the foot.
that's a weathered foot.
That might be even better. Go ahead.
That foot has seen some miles.
That is something.
All right, Jsabs. Do we have is your cousin dead? Because if not,
No,
then I
small
owe Frank
update.
$10.
Small update. He's not dead.
He's not dead.
$10.
He's still alive. He sent me a picture of him and the girl, and also sent me pictures from the resort that they are staying at, which actually looks very lovely.
Get out.
But he
both
said
of
they
yous.
will not leave it.
Well,
And right, sorry,
This
Frank.
is such a human thing. Let's build this is not even a slight against Turkey. This is like
No,
in
this
the
is all
Caribbean.
over.
This
Yeah,
is
it's all over.
everywhere.
whenever you go to almost any resort, it's don't leave the resort.
Yeah.
Don't leave the resort.
That's like the usual thing you hear.
You will die out there. Here, margaritas and cocktails. There, death.
Goodbye. But
Yeah.
the funny thing is this morning there was like a group family text where my mother and my uncle and my brother and myself were on it.
Wait, can I just say, I'm sorry, can I just say, for those who missed last episode,
Oh, go ahead.
Jsab's cousin it was announced. He was like, hey, I'm going to Turkey to meet a girl,
They've been talking for 7 months on like Tinder or something.
allegedly.
Yep.
And then he decided to go to Turkey, fly to Turkey and meet her for the
Yeah.
first time.
Like that night. Like
Right.
Monday.
Like 2 nights
whatever.
ago.
2
That
nights
was like
ago, right?
breaking, yeah, right before the podcast. So go ahead. So you got it up. So he made it there okay, and they sent you a picture, and the place is nice. And now the group chat, family. chat.
And then, well, first, my uncle sent a picture of them and said that my cousin didn't respond within 24 hours of him landing there. So they were a little worried. And then, my brother had to include some remarks where he said the things that us men will do for pussy.
On the family thread.
On the family thread, which my mother was like, Nick, and
Was
like,
that your brother on the Long Island Road?
right, exactly, with a wig
Could have been.
with 5 exclamation points. So, I
Oh
mean,
my God.
it was hysterical. I did laugh, but he's
Hey,
he's
they're
there.
happy. Right?
He's there.
Your cousin's happy that he's there and he met her.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So what are we worried about?
We'll
He'll be
see in
fine.
2 weeks.
So he's coming back in 2 weeks. She's staying,
Supposedly. I think that because my mother said, like, how is he just going to come back and that's it? Like,
They have
Like,
to
is
stay.
this
Are they
it?
going to continue?
right. So
We'll
we'll
see.
see.
Does she have? I'm sure she has family. Like,
Yeah.
is she tied
Well,
down to? Like,
actually,
does she have kids?
How about this? For 1 week, they're staying in a resort, and then the next week, they're staying at her family's house.
Hey, isn't that nice?
Awkward.
A little awkward. Mom,
So-
Dad, this is the guy.
I've been
He just came over for the last week. We've been at a resort together for the first
Right.
time. Yeah, it's a little weird.
That's awkward.
that is, but yeah, right. The things men
Good
will
for
do.
them, though.
So we'll see.
Your cousin's young, right? We talked about this. He's in his 20s.
20s, yeah.
Yeah. These are like none of this is, and I didn't do this, but I've spent time with family and like a girlfriend's family. These are all things I would not do in my 30s now. Like that,
No.
I would just never ever. This is
No, definitely not.
horrible
Oh,
experience.
it's a different world in your 30s.
Horrible.
You just don't want to do a lot of stuff.
A
It's
lot.
just-
Right.
The motivation's
Just
not
work.
there anymore.
It's just
Yeah.
work. And
Work.
you know what? I'm not sure if her family speaks much English. So
Oh my God! I
this is
can't.
gonna
even
be
imagine.
That's
Great.
all right. She'll translate, or I'm sure she speaks English, right? They talk to
Yeah.
each other. So
Well,
Get
listen,
along.
Somewhat.
if they break out a can of ragu, tell them to stay strong and don't fold to it, because I did that. It worked out. It all worked out in the end.
Hey,
Don't
you never
do it,
know.
man.
Authentic Turkey cuisine could be nice.
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know what kind of food they have in Turkey. Like what's the main dishes? I don't
Turkey.
know.
All they eat is turkey.
Is it just turkey? It's
That's it.
Thanksgiving every day.
Turkey gravy, turkey
Yams.
juice.
Cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
It's nice.
If it doesn't go with turkey, they can't serve it. All right,
Makes
so
sense.
he's alive for now.
All
For
right.
now, we'll see.
I got a resort.
Should we put a
for the-
countdown clock
I know.
when he comes back, or find out if
Exactly,
he's
right?
still?
Alive.
He's fine.
How many days in are they now?
Turkey.
It's got to be like day 3 or something like that, right?
Well, he left Monday night and got there Tuesday morning. Because I think it's a 9-hour difference.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
So, yep. So they're
right.
like a day and a half, almost 2. Now it's probably 2 days.
And they've had a relationship, they've spoken a lot, so I guess, all right, but now at some point, you've got to be thinking, like Frank just said, like, what's the next step?
What's next? Right.
Am I moving here? Or are you moving there?
We
Can
moving
he
someplace
even move
new?
there?
I mean,
Can she move here? Is that
Right.
a process? I don't even know.
I'm sure there's a process,
yeah.
but might involve. The quick process would be they marry.
Right.
I don't know how. I don't know the procedures though. To be honest, I don't know what the steps are for that. I'm sure
We'll
there's
see.
paperwork. I'm sure a lot of stuff has to get sorted, and
This is too much.
This is crazy.
This is too much.
good for him though. What the hell? He found someone he likes. He went over there. There's nothing wrong with
That's
this.
it. YOLO.
You know what I was thinking about?
Oh, God.
We have to wrap this up because
Yeah, me too.
We've got to go. But I was thinking about this, like, because we're talking like it's crazy to go over, to the other side of the world for somebody, which I believe it is. But at the same token, you look for. I mean, if we're gonna buy into this whole soulmate thing, isn't it weird that your soulmate would be like, okay, the 3 people that you're watching and listening to right now literally married somebody within 15 minutes.
How about 15 feet?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Like, how is that? Like the odds,
I
being like
don't know.
3 people will find their soulmates within all right. That seems utterly stupid to me when you think of it.
Unless they were meant to meet online. I don't know. I feel like because I have another cousin who was going out with this guy for a long time, went on a trip to the Bahamas, which she really didn't want to go to, and met some guy in the ocean there. And
Just in the ocean, he was just there.
he was on vacation too,
Oh,
but
good.
he said, he's like, meet me at a Chicago Cubs game, like in 2 weeks. And she's like, I can't do that. And she's like, I have a boyfriend. And he's like, meet me there. She went home. She told her mother, and her mother's like, and she's like, I have to do this. I have to go meet him. And guess what? She went and met him.
I gotta
They're
tell you
married
this.
with 2 kids.
Are you for real?
Holy
I'm not fucking
cow.
kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
I have got to shake this guy's hand. That is
Yeah.
one hell of a fucking move.
Meet me there.
Meet
Did
me
he?
at a
Did he
Cubs-
pay for her ticket?
I'm sure he did because this was a long time ago, but
Oh,
I'm sure he
nice.
did. But she went, met him. She actually moved to Idaho. And Idaho, because he was living there at the time too after. And they moved back here for a bit, but now she's living there. But she said if I didn't go to the Bahamas and meet him or even go to the game, like I would have never
Yeah.
met him. This wouldn't be my life. So it's
I
a
know.
crazy story.
That
You
is
know
a
what's
crazy-
unbelievable at all this? What I'm learning. Janine is the most normal cousin in the whole entire family. How fucking weird is that?
I don't think we've met them all yet.
Because I would have lost money on that. I would have thought for sure she's the weird cousin.
Oh, they probably do think I'm a weird cousin.
You got some
Wait.
competition.
Go back. Did the guy live in Chicago?
Yes.
A little
What
lazy.
the hell are they doing in Idaho then?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Illinois?
No, it was Idaho.
Also, hang on a
That was me in
second.
front of it. Go ahead.
Isn't this the plot? Are you just regurgitating Sleepless in Seattle? Because I'm pretty sure this is the same thing.
Swear to God, it's not.
Did he have a
You
little
just-
kid telling him to go to New York?
If anything, I would have done the serendipity plot line. So come on.
If Tom Hanks wasn't in it, I didn't see it. So
Right, exactly. That's why I would have done it, because I knew you guys definitely didn't see that movie.
I know of it, but no, I haven't.
Because you don't get your periods. Go ahead.
That's well, Frank, you remember 2 weeks ago? That's some story. That is some story. Like meet me in Chicago.
That is a good cute story. What happened to the other guy? How did she
died.
end? How did she
Killed
end that?
himself.
Yeah, right.
Hung himself in a room in Bermuda.
As long as they're happy, guess everything's fine.
Right, exactly.
Happy ending for the two of them. The other guy, not so much.
Well, it's funny because a couple of years after that, I was looking through trying to find my wedding photographer, and I saw him in an engagement shoot with his new girlfriend, and I was like, "Wait,
Wow.
is that
All right.
it?" I sent it to my cousin. She's like, "Yeah, that's him." She's like,
He's
"Oh my
moved
God,
on.
I didn't know he got engaged." I was like, "Oh."
I wonder if your cousin told him the reason I got to break up with you is because I met some guy in the ocean when we were on vacation, and he told me to go to a Chicago game. I wonder,
I
if she just
wonder.
dumped him.
I
I wonder
wonder.
if she gave him the reason, and then he was like, "What?
Okay,
What are
she'll
you
be
talking
back.
about?"
She'll be back like in 2 weeks, right? Nope.
Mm-mm.
Also, did nothing happen in the ocean or that week that they were there?
Aha!
You mean like something?
Something. 'Cause
I don't
that's-
think so.
That's also the plot to Along Came Polly. They went down there on the honeymoon, and that was
That's
it.
right,
One of the
Yeah.
best movies ever made. Go ahead.
Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
I don't
That's-
know, but
You got some good cousin stories.
Yeah, great.
I didn't even go into.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm keyed in now because I can't wait. Like we have the resort and then the family week and then what's gonna happen next. I'm in.
I
If he
should make
comes
him
back with her-
FaceTime me. Go ahead.
If he comes back with her, you got to bring him on somehow.
He is
yes.
welcome on the show at any time. You know that. Like instant invitation.
The both of them. Sit them next to you
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, that we want to talk to you.
And you know we don't do guests. He is more than welcome to come on at any
We got to
time.
get the
Wow.
story. We got to get that story."
I would love to know the story.
Same here. The
Good for
entire
him.
story.
Hey,
Yep.
if he's happy, good for him.
Could you
Let her.
imagine? Could you imagine having to poop in a house filled with foreigners who you just met 4 minutes ago?
I would love
Oh, like you don't know what kind of duty customs they have. Like,
that.
hello.
I'm sure she would fill him in on that. I'm sure they've been
Hello.
talking about each other's lives for the past 7 months.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Maybe duty never came up, but I'm sure there's other things that they got to be aware of.
Again, I feel like we said this last episode, though. He's drinking foreign water. He's eating foreign food. He's going to have the shits. It's going to happen. It's going to be blowing up. They're going to be
That's
like,
why the first week's in the resort.
our family's going to be like, you brought this guy. He stunk up the bathroom's not working anymore. What?
That's
I don't
why
get it.
He
Good
just
move.
keeps shitting.
Good move going to the
In
resort
Turkish.
the first
He
week.
just keeps shitting.
Yeah, I
You
guess
got to
so.
get used to it in that first week. Then the second week, your stomach is used to it. and you're
Right.
fine.
Imagine,
guess so.
imagine they're like Americans. All they do is shit.
Americans,
Sums it
they
up.
shit and go down on chicks on the train. I don't understand these fucking people. Do we have a
Pass the
decision?
time somehow.
We haven't spoken, and I feel like at this point in the show, we should just tease this on until Friday. Do we have a decision on the?
Oh no, no decision yet.
Okay. All right.
No decision yet.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to do it.
By the way, it was a Trump hat and shirt. I look back at the video.
It was
Ah.
not. It was
Lucky
not a
guy.
shirt. It was just a hat.
There was a hat and a shirt.
It was not. You're lying.
Well,
You're obviously lying.
I
Everybody
didn't
can
look,
see
but I'm
that.
gonna look. I promise I'll look.
Yeah, I knew. Like, I don't know when you're lying to me.
I thought I could sneak one.
You dick. I know, because I know. I remember. I don't even know what shirt we would be talking about. I remember the hat because there's only one hat that pops to mind.
Jesus, look at. I feel like a fucking farmer. Look at this.
I got the same thing going on, dude.
Two distinct different people right there. What the hell?
T-shirt tan, baby.
Also, fuck Hilton. I got another hotel altogether. Get this.
Just as comparable.
Nicer.
All right.
They go like this to me. I'm sorry, but we have a 4-night minimum. So I go, I'm not staying 4 nights. How long? You know, I go, out of curiosity, how much is it? It was like $50 more for the 4th night. Versus, it came out like for 3 nights at the shit Hilton that it wouldn't price match. It was $50 less. So I got an extra night, paid $50 more for a nicer fucking hotel. And I said to my wife, I go,
do they do price match?
No, I go, she's like, oh, we have to stay a 4th. I go, let's just do it then. Who gives a shit? Stay a 4th night. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that though, like logistically, the kids.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I don't care about
anything.
anything anymore. I haven't had a vacation in a year and a half.
Love it. Love the attitude. Love where your head's at.
I don't. We have to figure out what we're gonna do for the Friday show, though. Next Friday show, we have to figure that out.
All right.
I
Bring your
might.
stuff.
We might take a day off, or
You see,
I might do the show from the beach. I might just check in from the beach.
Take an hour.
Yeah.
Or run the best of. That'll fill 5 minutes.
You know, I was thinking about it. Well, I have some great stuff that. I mean, the audience is so big now. We were doing stuff like 2 years ago that was good, you know.
Yeah, to the audience, check out our stuff from 2 years ago.
Yeah. I'm just
Good
saying,
stuff.
I have interviews with Chaz Palminteri and Greg Allman and, you know, I don't know, like the Jimmy Fallon thing, like stuff that people just don't really like put a little history out of.
That was before me, before my time in Jsabs.
That predates you, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
See, some people don't want to see that.
Not the Frank fans.
Right.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks so much for watching and or listening. AnthonyOnAir.com has all our information, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.